Hello guys and welcome back to another video, and this is a different type of video that I haven't played this game for, or haven't played. I haven't made content on this game for at least probably 6 months now, and I'm going to tell you about why this game has made a 4, or has had a 4 in its concurrent player base, and what I think they could do to make the game better. So as I come over here, as you can see, this is a licensed car, and I think this is number one of why this is going to be a bad thing for CDT. So this is the reason I think this is a bad thing for CDT is because well, the car like Lotus won't matter in this game. They didn't have many Lotus cars, but for example, for like Pagani, they had like I think about 14 cars in the game. They took them out 3, and they weren't detailed as what they were meant to be. They look like the exact same cars as they removed, and the only things they added was like Pagani, And I don't think there's much difference with this, apart from like they've gone better since. Like this, the interior I don't think looks much better. I think the body kit itself looks better than what we've seen from CDT, the devs themselves. But I think they shouldn't add licensed cars only because well they gotta pay loads of money just for like people's not wanting it. Like people not wanting it. Like this is a limit it's licensed car. I had the fake like Zenfo. Then they removed it out of nowhere for this car to come in. Like same for this car, the Pagani. Both Paganis actually. They I both had I only had the Hiwa, but do I have the Zondas? I think I had both of them soon. But I knew I had one of these cars or maybe both, and they got removed from my inventory out of nowhere. I got paid back like the amount of money they were worth, but it was just for them to come back into the game with the guy on the side. Obviously not the Foxy Edition ones, but the normal ones. It's like it's good that they're adding licensed cars, but for where the game's at the state now, I don't think they're doing much difference. Like I get, like you can still buy the Pagani pack, and that's what there's only not much of a difference. The Zenfo pack, then you literally get 2 wraps, 2 cars, and £10 million, which is better than this back here, which is just 2 Paganis. And then this Volkswagen's one, you have to pay 2.5k Robux, which is 25 British pounds for 2 cars, 30 British pounds for 2 cars, same for that, 15 British pounds for 2 Audis, well not Audis, ABTs. Are they Audi? No, they are Audi. It's basically the same for every single one now. Also, another thing they could just fix the game is by adding better content in the update. So obviously, every now and then, or like every update, we get a new car or something, but it's not the same feeling as when we used to have like I don't know, like 2 new cars, maybe even 3 a week with like additional content on top of that. So like a new map rechange or something for like every billion visits or something. That used to happen. Like, well, it did happen, but when we hit 2 billion visits, or the game hit 2 billion visits, they made the map, and then I think like half an hour later, they reverted the map back to this one. And well, supposedly people didn't like it. I liked it, but I think it's okay. But I think people just didn't like it apparently. And well, I think that's just another problem with the game. Like the less content you add to the game, the more people are just gonna leave your game and play different ones because more games are getting now advanced. And I get GTT is a less quality game, but when you have like Driving Empire or something with more licenses, I think they have like 13, 14 licenses, something like that. This game has like what, 4 or 5 licenses, including Lewis now. Yeah, it's like 4 or 5. But I think they could do a lot more better, and I think this should have more content with the update. Like I think every update, like this update's been a bit different. That was only because of the Super Bowl was this weekend, but I think they need they need to stop doing the same because now people can just predict what's going to happen. Like people predicting, or people already predicting wrong. It's just going to be a ban, or it's just going to be whatever, etc. Here are things that I would do to make the game better in general. So I would either remove licensed cars or just try and make them more detailed as well. As I already said, I don't think the licensed cars are detailed enough for what they are. Especially the cars being stupidly expensive. Like I saved up for the Lotus and I spent 35 mil on the car. That was like, that's too great. If you were to add that to the equivalent of that is like when I saw there's like two Koenigsegg's, like the two most expensive Koenigsegg's together for that amount of money. For one car, by the way. For one car, you're paying that much. For you don't even know if it's good, like not even like good quality. So like they even know if at the end of the day. So either just remove them in general or make it so they're better like for your money. And especially like they've gone better since they haven't added well, I forgot what it was called, but it was like loot boxes, like almost like Driving Empire, where they had a loot box and you just like borrow a car for and use like a 1% car of getting like a Bugatti or something. And it wasn't even the fastest in the game. So when CDT everyone did that, or CDT did that, I think everyone got a bit upset because well, it was annoying having to spend money behind a paid wall to get a car which wasn't even a guaranteed percent chance of getting. And I think because each loot box was like 100 trade tokens, which is 100 Robux each. So 10 times or times out by like 100, because that's a guaranteed odd. That's 13,000 Robux. 13,000 Robux in British pounds is about 70, 80 quid, which is a lot. It's a lot for like get a guaranteed chance at the car, and yet like, you may not even get it for that amount. Like and also I would add more content into the game. So stop adding barns every single week. Stop doing the exact same thing every week and start adding different things. So mm, I don't know, but there's different things for the updates. So stop adding barns. I get they don't have much they could add, but they could at least like even just making it so it's every 2 weeks they get an update would be better. Then you can add more content into your game. But I don't know. And also, I think they should so. I think the more licensed brands they add, it's cool to have a licensed car. Don't get me wrong, but the more they add, the more player counts are going to drop, and the more the player count drop, I think the less money they're going to actually make. So when they have a licensed car, I get they have to make a lot of money because they have to pay that brand that amount of money to keep it in the game. But when you've got when you got just like two cars for that, like 30 British pounds, it's kind of annoying spending that much for two cars that's not suspecting the limits, but like succeeding to your expectations of how much you pay for it. And it's like, oh well, if I'm spending £30 on a game, I may as well just go spending £30 on something else that I actually would want instead. Like with two cars on a game that may die soon. The video, I hope you really enjoyed it, and I hope I explained why CDT is dropping down in players. And yeah, like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.